Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to go over what Medicare Advantage plan I would never go on. And the way I'm going to explain this is I'm going to explain the difference between the Medicare supplement plans and the Medicare Advantage plan, because a lot of people out there are on a Medigap Plan G or a Medigap Plan N, and they're thinking to themselves, should I switch over to a Medicare Advantage plan? Or you're turning 65 and you want to choose a plan that you go on for the first time you're on Medicare. Well, number one, if I was going on Medicare for the first time, I would always choose a Medicare supplement plan. And I always put my clients on a Medicare supplement plan G unless they don't approve of it and they don't want that. But that's what I always advise them to go on. And there's multiple different reasons, but the number one reason is it is the best plan in the country. The coverage is unbeatable as far as hospital and doctors are concerned. Now, I want to go over a couple numbers with you and explain to you why that plan is so important. So, if you're paying $200 a month, which is actually expensive, especially for somebody who's turning 65, for a plan G, $200 times 12 is $2,400 for the year. So if you're way under that, if you're paying 150, it's going to be $2,000 or whatever it is. That is very inexpensive for the best hospital and doctor care in the country. You can go to any hospital or doctor that accepts Medicare and just walk in there and, hey, this is me. Here's my coverage. Now, if you're paying $250 a month, that's going to be $3,000 for the year. $350 is $4,200. $450 times 12 is $5,400, and $550 times 12 months is $6,600 a year. That's what you would be paying up front for your Medicare Supplement Plan G. Here's the catch. So Medicare Advantage plans work the exact opposite way of the Medicare Supplement plans. Supplement plans, you pay up front your premium, and a lot of these plans, like the Plan G, you'll pay nothing to go to the hospital, no copays or deductibles. With Medicare Advantage plan, a lot of the times you pay zero premium up front, but as you go, you pay. When you go to the specialist, it might cost you $35. When you go to the hospital, it might cost you $300 to stay overnight, $400 for a surgery. There's all these different costs that accumulate during the year. Some people would rather pay up front. Some people say, well, I never go to the doctor or the hospital. I'd rather take a chance with this Advantage plan. But for me, if you can afford $200 a month or $350, whatever it is, I would always stay with that plan. I would never go to the Medicare Advantage. You have to pretty much tack on maybe $100 for your drug plan and your vision, dental, and hearing on top of your gap plan price. But you're still talking only $100, and that's on the high side, a month on top of your G plan. Now, the reason I would go to a Medicare Advantage plan, it would have to be that I was paying over $550 a month, because the max out of pocket for most of these Medicare Advantage plans is $7,550 for next year. Now, if you're already paying $6,600 plus another $100 for the drug plan and the vision, dental, and hearing, that's only an $850 split. But the gap plan, you're paying up front. The Medicare Advantage plan, you're not paying up front. So if you never go to anything but the primary doctor, maybe a couple times a year, you're not going to pay anything in copays. So you're going to save $600 dollars a month or $550 a month on your health coverage. But here's another kicker that some people don't realize. As you get older, a lot of these places that are over 55 or over 62, I've seen, they have to take your Medicare Advantage if they have an in-house doctor. Now, I have seen, it's rare, but especially in certain areas where they have great Medicare Advantage plans, some places only take the Medigap plans. They don't take these Medicare Advantage. It's rare, but it does happen. I've seen it. Now, you can always do a trial right. If you start on a Medigap plan and then you want to try a Medicare Advantage plan and you've never been on a Medicare Advantage plan, you can always try that plan, and within 12 months go back to your Medigap plan that you had and pay the same price that you were paying before with the same coverage, and there will be no health questions to go back. That's only one time. You can go back after that first year if you want to stay on your Medicare Advantage, but there's going to be health questions. So if you're healthy, you can go right back to your gap plan. No big deal. Or you can choose another one. So that's why I would always start on a Gap plan and I wouldn't start on a Medicare Advantage, because you kind of want an experience of both of the plans so you can see what they're like. And you can always go to a Medicare Advantage plan. But there's certain Medicare Advantage plans that I would never go on, like a no-name company that a lot of doctors are not in the network, and one that costs too much if I was going to compare it to the Medicare Supplement Plan G. So really what you're doing is you're comparing the out-of-pocket per year that you're spending. So what I would advise a lot of people to do is that if they're on a Gap plan and they're paying $550 a month, they know what they're paying out of pocket per year, because if they get a dental plan and a dental, vision, and hearing, and a drug plan, and they add all of those expenses for the year, they can say, oh, okay, I'm paying $7,000 for the year. I want to go try this Medicare Advantage because the max out of pocket is only $550 more than that, but I might save money. I would never do this if I was under a certain age and I could afford a Medigap Plan G. Just because I have so many clients, and the ones that are on the G, I never get a phone call saying, this plan is horrible, I went to the hospital, this happened, I had cancer, I had a heart attack, and the coverage was terrible. I've never gotten that phone call. Now, I have heard from certain people that are on certain Medicare Advantage plans that they don't like it, the coverage isn't what they thought, they paid more out of pocket. But one of the things is some people that pay up front, they just pay the bill every month and they don't really see it. It comes right out of the bank. As opposed to paying all these co-pays, it seems like you're paying way more money when you're constantly, every time you go to the doctor or hospital, you pay these co-pays right up front there. You're actually seeing the number as opposed to them just taking a set number out of your bank account. It's really up to the person. It's personal preference. But in order to maximize the best health coverage possible, you want to weigh out your options. I would be on a G plan. And what I would do is I would ask my agent every year or every 2 years especially, hey, what other G plans are out there? Let's say you're on an Aetna Plan G and it's $300 a month. I would ask my agent, hey, is there a Cigna Plan G? Is there some other company that's cheaper? Because a Plan G is the same benefits with every company. So I would go from an Aetna to a Cigna, or from a Cigna to an Aetna, or even a company that you've never heard of. I have plenty of clients on those plans, because a G plan is the same no matter what company it's with. So I would always switch at least every 2 years my Medicare Supplement Plan G. And then if I couldn't switch because of health questions, let's say I had a heart attack and then I couldn't switch from company to company, after it got to be $550 a month, possibly $600 a month, then I would start looking at the Medicare Advantage plans. I hope this video helped. Leave a comment below and I'll see you at the next video.